This video is something a little bit different from me. Hopefully it's a little bit motivational for you. Hopefully it might give you a little bit of inspiration. If you're struggling with your blog or your business or your YouTube channel, you might be able to learn something from some of the experiences I've had in the past. So let's get into this. Hi and welcome back to my channel again for a little bit of a different video. I'm not going to talk about WordPress websites, plugins or anything like that. Just going to give you a little bit of advice really, or a little bit of history about how my life has progressed and how I have learned through the years to deal with the ups and the downs of life. So hopefully you'll like this little bit video, something a little bit different. So I had a question recently from a viewer who said, how do you keep motivated and what actually drives you on? And a few people have actually said that, and they've said that, you know, they see me working really crazy hours and constantly working on my blogs and my websites, and how do I keep that up? And it seems to be a big thing within the blogging world. People seem to struggle at certain points and either have writer's block or get a little bit down because the traffic isn't coming to your website, or you might not be earning the money that you actually thought you would. So people see me now full-time blogging and they think, wow, what a lifestyle he has, and you know, look at all the earnings that he has. And what they actually don't see is what goes into actually getting that. So 3 years I've worked on my websites with no money, literally going without having any fast food or takeaways or nights out, because I'd rather spend that money on a piece of content. You know, struggling with holidays. I don't have the holidays that a lot of people have, and that is one of the reasons that it motivates me to work hard. I want my family to have the best things in life. My family, my children, have never had the trips to Disneyland. We've never gone to Barbados. We don't have any cruises. We don't do any of those big holidays. We get, you know, a week in a caravan somewhere in the UK if we're lucky. We might go to Spain for a week if we, you know, save up for 2 years. So that is one of the big motivations for me. And one of the reasons I wanted to make this video is because, you know, I've been watching a few YouTube channels. I follow Casey Neistat quite a lot, and I watch some of his inspirational videos. And whenever I'm feeling a little bit down, which I do get down like everybody else, and I do sometimes get demotivated, then I tend to fall back on my go-to videos and my go-to inspirational things, and one of them is watching videos like from Casey Neistat and also some films. So I watched one of Casey Neistat's videos last night, and I'll try and put a clip up now for you.
YouTube isn't Hollywood. I'm not Stanley Kubrick. You can't succeed here if you're uploading once a month. If you want to succeed here, you've got to show up for work every single day.
Now I absolutely love that clip and it really motivates me. Like Casey said, you have to show up to work every day. Now that doesn't mean you go to your normal job, it means you show up to whatever you want to achieve. If you want to achieve a YouTube channel, you show up and you make YouTube videos like crazy. You devote yourself to it, you enthrall yourself in it, you throw yourself at it, you do whatever it takes to get them YouTube videos out. If you're a blogger and you want to have a successful website, then you show up to work every day on your website. So you might have a 9-to-5 job, you might have to go there. It might mean that you get up an hour early and write a blog. It might mean when the kids have gone to bed you sit down and write a blog, but you have to show up to work. And like I say, I took that mentality with me for many years. And another piece of inspiration that I got was from one of my old bosses. Now, this story was it's one that resonates with me, and it has done for a long time. So when I was quite young, about 21, I'd been working a job when I was 16 to the age of 21 for this company, and I was expecting to get kind of a promotion. So when I was 21, a job opportunity came up, and I thought, because I'd been there, I was naturally in line for this job promotion. No questions asked, I would simply get this job. And then a few days went by and I didn't get the job. And I thought, I'm going to have to, you know, ask the boss what's going on. So I asked the boss and I said, you know, when's the promotion? You know, when do you want to talk about it? And he just said, well, I've given it to somebody else. And I said, well, why have you done that? I'm next in line. I've earned the right. And he said, because you didn't come knocking at my door for the promotion. Somebody else braved my door down and banged and kicked on my door and shouted and screamed that they wanted the job. Them doing that showed me how passionate they was and how much they wanted it. You expected it, you didn't want it. And I missed out on a great opportunity there, but in fact, I'm glad I did, because that gave me a real prospectus on what you need to do in life, what you need to say and shout if you want something. So every time I've seen an opportunity now, whether it be at work or in my personal life, I have knocked on the door, I have kicked the door down, and I've made sure that they know that that's what I want. And that has come through on my blogging. I showed everybody, I told everybody, my family, you guys on YouTube, that I wanted to become a full-time blogger. I think it adds a little bit of pressure on you when you tell people that's what you want to do, but I think that also motivates you, because I don't want to fail. You know, nobody wants to be a failure. I've had businesses in my life. In 2010 I owned quite a large company, business, and unfortunately it went bust, and me and my family have gone through so much hardship. And I think that's one of the things also that pushed me on to prove that I'm not a failure, to prove to people I can do this. One of the things I've always had in my head is that I don't want to give up on something without giving it 100%. I'd rather try and fail than kind of not try at all, and not to give something 100% is criminal to me. That you're a failure if you do that. If you don't give it 100%, you have failed before you start. And again, going back to Casey, he always says that, you know, don't try and be me, don't try and be Casey Neistat, be yourself and give it 100%, because if you don't, you will regret it. And if you want to put that into the context of blogging, I get so many people who say to me, you know, why is my blogging not working? Why is my website not working? And I say, how long have you been going at it? And they say, 3 months. And I'm like, it's took me 3 years, you know, probably 2 years to get one successful website, 3 years to get a bit of a portfolio or a business that's successful. So 3-4 months is nothing. You haven't tried, you haven't given it your all. If after a year you've said, Carl, I've wrote a blog post every week for a year, I've given it my all and it's not worked, then fair enough. Then absolutely, you've given it your 100% best, you can have no regrets. So what else motivates me? Money? Yeah, it does. Money does motivate me, and I'll tell you why. Money, regardless what people say, can bring you some happiness. Taking my family on a nice holiday will bring me happiness. That costs money, right? You know, the simple facts, plain facts of life, you need money to have some nice things. Now, I'm not materialistic, I haven't got a sports car out the back, I haven't got a big mansion or anything like that. In fact, the money I have in my bank is remarkably low. You know, I am quite successful in what I'm doing now. I don't have a ton of money in the bank. I still struggle each month to pay my bills. I still struggle to buy those nice things. But money does motivate me because I want to give my family some better things in life. Now, I also want to have more time for myself, and money, again, gets you that. If I've got some money in the bank, I can say, do you know what? I'm going to take this week off. Going to play a few rounds of golf with my friends, going to go have a few beers, going to relax a bit. And with money you can do that. But money, like I say, isn't my driving factor. My driving factor is that I want to be successful in something that I do. And what I want to do is blogging, websites, and be my own boss. That is the overriding factor for me, and the satisfaction of achieving. Like you know, with this channel, it's built on being honest and being open. And if I fail, I will show you. And if I disappear from YouTube because I failed, then so be it. You know, I disappear from YouTube. But hopefully I can be successful and share that with you as well. And if I can share that, I hope it motivates you. So like these inspirational people like Casey Neistat, and I have a friend called Liam over at Golf Mates who started off a YouTube channel about golf, and he's dyslexic, he's just a normal guy, and everybody says, you know, you're not going to make it, you're not going to have a massive YouTube channel. And here he is a couple of years later with 130,000 subscribers and a huge following, a clothing brand, a YouTube channel, has an amazing life traveling around the world playing golf. So, you know, don't ever let anybody say it can't be done. And like I say, I share my journey and I share my experiences with you guys to prove that it can or it can't be done. But one thing's for sure, I'll have given it 100%. So if you're going to take anything away from this video or watching my channel, take this one thing away with you. What Casey Neistat says, show up for work every day. Show up. Whether it be show up in your family life, show up in your business, show up in your job, just show up. if you don't get out of bed, make that effort and show up, you won't have success. And you won't give it your 100%, and that's what you'll regret most of all. And that is certainly my biggest fear, and one that I'm not going to let happen. I will give this 100%. I've quit my full-time corporate job in retail, successful, high-paid job, to do this. There's a lot on the line, but I tell you what, at the end of it, I'll have given it 100%. And I hope you do too, and I hope you get inspiration from wherever that may be. Might be from my channel, might be from watching Casey Neistat, might be watching a Rocky film, who knows. But whatever you do, make sure you follow it through. So thanks for joining me in this video. Whew, a bit of an emotional video for me that, but I just thought I wanted to answer some of these questions on motivation, because a lot of you out there are struggling, COVID, the pandemic, and everything like that. Who knows? We all need a bit of inspiration, and hopefully you might get that from my channel. So thanks for joining me, and I'll see you in the next video.